On today's episode, we are going to be debunking some weight loss and fitness myths. It's one of our favorite episodes to do, so grab your coffee and let's get into it.
Debunking, I love it.
Yeah, I was just like looking up what are some ridiculous things people think and say, and I thought we could just go over that.
I was just talking to a friend of mine about that, poking fun at, hey, you know those people, the I heards and they said.
All right, so actually today, right after this recording, I am going to be doing my coach's chat with my Body Bootcamp program.
Nice.
It's my big group call, very active call. Takes a lot of energy kind of to get through that call, but I enjoy it. And it's the thing I think that the group enjoys. It's a big part of why they like being part of the boot camp.
Yeah.
So it's very like exciting, especially now that we moved it to Zoom and we really connect because it's everybody flips those cameras on, gets to know each other. They're like fast friends in there.
That's fun. Fast friends.
They are. They're like texting, like they've made friendships outside of the boot camp.
You built a community.
It's crazy.
You said it. And that's what I try to explain to people. Like when you join our program, whether it's one-on-one or they join yours, it's a community. We uplift each other because you're going to get naysayers, you're going to get doubters, and people pull you back down into the bucket.
Yeah.
You got to pull away from those people.
Yeah, so I do love that. That's actually my favorite part of the program, and it's been so positive. Like we haven't had any sometimes one bad apple will spoil the whole bunch.
I hate those type.
Yeah.
They just come in and try to ruin the energy of the group. Like, get out of here with that negative shit.
Yeah, honestly, I would. I would just kick them straight out.
Get out of here. I would too.
Because I enjoy the camaraderie so much that I wouldn't entertain it for a second.
No.
Honestly, yeah. But
go somewhere with that
I
shit.
do have, believe it or not, the wait list for number 14, BBC 14, is already filling up. I can't even believe it.
Yeah.
I haven't even promoted it yet, but people are finding it because it's on the website and it's like in my YouTube video descriptions. But if you want to get on the wait list, make sure you head over, check the description. I have the link down there. You can go on the wait list. The wait list does get a little extra perk. They always get a little extra something special. So get on the wait list for the next one. I think registration is going to open up September 1st.
September?
Mm-hmm. It's going to be here before you know it.
I know.
It's already the end of July.
I know. Time goes by quick. I tell people, before you know it, summer will be over. As bad as we wanted it, but now we're like, oh, we're tired of this damn heat. Before you know, fall will be here. I love fall. I don't know. I used to be a summer guy. I do love summer, but fall is like a happy medium. The weather's still a little warm.
Fall is my favorite.
It's still warm. It's still nice. The rain's not here yet. It's nice and cool. I like to be nice and cool. The heat,
I love pumpkin.
The heat wears on you.
I love candles.
Yeah.
I love the crisp fall air.
Ooh, I have an idea. I hope one of nutrition comes out with like a pumpkin flavor, and we come out with some ice cream or we could bake a pie. Or, no, not maybe a pie because there's protein powder, but at least an ice cream of some sort.
I wonder if they come out with like fall. Ooh, I don't know.
You better email them. See, that's a good idea.
Pumpkin something. Pumpkin is so popular, and you could do so much with a 1UP Nutrition protein powder in pumpkin. You could do so many different things with that.
My wheels already spinning. I already thought that is the base. Buy you some pecans, crush up some pecans in there, and maybe like your little caramel sauce of some sort, and maybe a little spray of some Cool Whip or something.
In what?
Like a pumpkin ice cream. Like
in a Ninja Creamy.
Like a Ninja Cream. I'm sorry,
You didn't speak your thoughts.
I was just fantasizing about the ice cream, I guess.
And you don't even have one. You don't have a base made today for yourself.
For tonight, no.
I do. I just posted a What I Eat in a Day video. And you guys, that is going to be on repeat. In fact, the What I Eat in a Day that I just posted on YouTube last week, you guys will see it as last Thursday's video. I ate that exact same thing 2 days in a row because it was so good.
I like what you made last night or yesterday afternoon. Yes.
The pizza.
I think I'm going to do that today.
The pizza was off the chains.
It looks like it.
Yeah. There's one more.
I smelled it too from the living room.
Because it's the garlic.
Yes. And I love garlic.
It was so good. It was so good. But the cookie on top of the protein ice cream with the caramel drizzle, I felt like I was having a Pizookie from BJ's.
Yeah.
Remember BJ's Pizookies?
Oh, my goodness.
Those are the best.
Yes.
Those were so good. All right, you guys, if you're not already following us on Instagram, follow us on candidly_with_coffee. And then Patreon, if you are not following us over there, we have the after shows. We have our show Off Topic. It's uncensored, unfiltered. The show is called Off Topic on Patreon, so it's off_topic. Check us out over there.
We definitely go off topic on that show.
Yeah, speaking of topic, Hot Topic.
Hot topic.
I came across like a funny, heartwarming little story. You know how Facebook sometimes shows you those heartwarming stories?
Yeah. I like those stories.
I like the animal ones are cute. Dodo.
I saw a cute one with the fox today.
Oh, you did?
Some lady came across a poor. It started off sad, and I guess the fox's mother died. It looked like it was just sitting there like depressed, and it was. And this chick nursed it like back to health. And long story short, it was just a happy ending. You could just animals go through mental health too. We just don't know it through sadness.
Yeah, hold that thought, because I want to talk about that in a second. Something else I heard about that. But on my hot topic was there was this guy at a college bar passed out in his dessert, like late night, passed out in his dessert. His friends were kind of poking fun at him. He'd been drinking obviously too much.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks is in the diner.
What?
Tom Hanks. So he goes up to the guy and he takes pictures with him. They do selfies. I'll put it up on the screen. They do selfies. Can you imagine the next day when he's looking through his camera roll on his phone?
Oh, there's Tom Hanks.
And
Remember I did something like that years ago on the ship? Dude was passed out and I took a picture kind of poking fun, but I never posted it.
But it would have been funnier if you were Vin Diesel.
Exactly. I'm not a celebrity. Why didn't you help the guy? That's cool though. He's gonna have that for life.
I know, isn't that funny? Can you imagine? I thought that was cute. But speaking of dogs and mental health.
Yes. Animals in general.
People don't talk about that enough.
No. It's true with them too.
It truly is. Just like we've talked about before with like men, how do men get when they can't process their emotions and they're dealing with anxiety and depression, they get violent sometimes and aggressive.
True.
Dogs oftentimes are aggressive because of fear and anxiety and not because they are inherently aggressive. It's fear and anxiety.
Oh.
And so I believe that they actually have prescription medication that they can give to dogs for that type of issue with aggression. So if your dog bites or is aggressive, or maybe there's issues with multiple dogs in the house, it could be that one of the animals has anxiety, and if you give them a medication for it, it will cure the aggression problem.
I did not know that. Something new you learn every day.
I recently came across that because there's a vlogger that I watch where she has 3 dogs, and they were constantly getting into really bad fights where they couldn't even tear them apart. They introduced a puppy into the mix, and the puppy caused, problems, but it was anxiety. The puppy, they put on anxiety medication, and all the problems went away. No aggression.
Wow. That's good. Finally. Yeah, it's not talked about often enough. The animals go through, you can see it when people go, like those sad videos where people go to like shelters and they adopt like, I don't know, pit bull that looks like it's on its last leg. It just looks like life defeated them.
Yeah.
And then the new owners will bring it home, and at first it's timid, and after a while the dog gets comfortable, and they get toys, and you see it happy. You see it like weeks and months later, it's a total different dog.
Yeah.
Like it has a new lease on life.
You can see it. That's why, like, when one dies, the other ones get depressed. You see the depression.
Oh, yeah. They know. They know when their litter mate or the dog they grew up with is gone.
We don't give them enough credit.
No, we don't.
I always kind of start to think about that. Lately, I've been kind of thinking about things, try to think about things from their perspective.
Yeah.
To think, like, what is it that they're trying to say? Or what, like, what are they upset about right now? Like, you got to think sometimes logically. Like, sure, one dog's upset if it's in the crate and he's watching another dog play with a toy. Like, of course.
Yeah.
Duh.
You're right.
You have toddlers, and you put one in the crib with no toys, and then you have one this, fancy, footloose and fancy free with a bunch of toys. How happy do you think the one in the crib is going to be?
Not at all.
Not at all. So when that one in the crib gets in contact with the other one, he's going to slap him upside the head with the toy because he's jealous.
Yeah. True.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah. Like, we didn't even think about, like, Charles. What happened to him after Karma passed? Did you pay attention? How was his behavior?
Oh, he was anxious and depressed. Very anxious.
Was he?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely noticed.
Yeah.
It is sad. I came across this quote from Mel Robbins. I love Mel Robbins. Do you know who she is? She's got a really good podcast. She's got the big rim glasses. It's like blonde hair.
I've heard you talk about her, but I don't know exactly who she is.
Yeah, she has a good podcast. But the quote was, staying positive doesn't mean you have to be happy all the time. It means that even on hard days, you know that there are better ones coming. She posted that quote. I love that. Because I do. And in fact, Mauricio, your client, he always talks about how I called him out one time saying that I feel like he tries to be falsely positive all the time, but he's really not.
Yeah.
Like, that's not authentic. You know what I mean? Like, just because you're not a negative person and you think about things positively doesn't mean you're always like super positive. That comes off to me as like, what are you hiding? Or that's not really you.
I know what you mean. You're not gonna be positive all the time.
No.
As much as charged up as you are, in good shape, and look at me.
Or happy all the time, I should say.
No.
You're not going to be happy all the time.
Nope.
That's not realistic. But I think that being a positive person means that you may not be happy all the time, but you know that even when you're not happy, that it's not going to be a permanent emotion. That eventually you'll be happy. It's not permanent. Whereas I think if you're a negative person, you'll think like, I'm just going to be unhappy forever. There's the difference.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah. I think, well, I went through the darkness, and I remember you would tell me, like, don't worry, this is going to pass eventually. Mm-hmm. You're going to come out of this. At the moment, I didn't know. I didn't believe it. When you're that dark in your head, you don't believe it.
You don't see the light.
No. Mm-mm. It's weird. It's hard to explain to people. It could be sunshine out, birds chirping, nice day, and you're down in the dumps.
I think that's the difference between someone that gets clinically depressed and someone that goes through low moods and sadness but doesn't get into a deep depression. Even the word deep, think about it. Deep depression means you're so far down that you're too far down to see the light.
Yeah.
Whereas even in my darkest days so far, I've always been able to stop. Even when like my mom died, I thought, this is the most painful thing you could possibly imagine. But I would get myself happier just thinking like, I'm not going to feel like this forever.
That's
like,
a good way of
this is the worst I'm going to feel right now.
Yes.
I know that this isn't going to last forever. I remember I would tell myself, man, but I wish I could hit fast forward. You want to fast forward through it because it's so dreadful.
What do they always say? This too shall pass?
Yeah. That's what you have to remember. And even though it's still painful.
Yes.
In fact, speaking of my mom, I had a dream about her last night. And I woke up like startled. It was weird. I hate this kind of dream too. It's like a panicky dream where it's almost like I find out she died all over again.
Oh, that's terrible. You had one of those, huh?
Yeah, it was weird. It was like she was walking down the hallway. And then like
you knew
right
she was
before
supposed
she
to
got
be there?
right before I was in the bedroom, our bedroom, and she was walking down the hallway in my dream, but I could see her walking down the hallway, which is weird because I was in the bed. So it's very strange, you know the mind. And right before she opened the door, I woke up and I realized that she's not coming in here. She died. It's fucking weird, right?
Yeah, it is weird.
Terrible though, because it gave me that heart. You know when you wake up suddenly, you have heart palpitations?
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard to calm it back down to go back to sleep.
When it's like a shocker.
Yeah, I woke up like that. It sucked.
Damn.
Yeah, weird. I hate the mind because it's so weird because I don't know why. Why would you just randomly, the way the brain processes memories and trauma is
yeah, like
weird.
where is it at in there? It's in
like
there somewhere.
where is it?
It's in that cranium of ours. And weird ass thoughts just pop up.
Yeah.
I haven't had a dream about my mother in a long time. It's been a while since she came to my dreams.
I was just gonna ask you that.
No, it's been a long time. I think after I came out of my weed withdrawals.
Did you dream about her then?
I think so. I think I did.
Is that why you had an emotional day?
I think so, yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I can't remember exactly, but I think that's what it was. I've only had a few of those since my mother passed. One, you saw me with one right after she passed.
Yeah.
At the old house.
I remember.
I don't know why, I was so fucking emotional. Holy shit, I couldn't stop crying.
But it's good though. That's good that's good because you have to process those emotions.
Yeah.
You know, like I was telling you, I saw that his name is Taylor Odds of Will. Odds of Will. If you want to find him on TikTok or YouTube. But his wife I talked about it a little bit in my vlog actually last week. His wife got diagnosed with cancer. Really sad story. And you know, she was terminal. They fought hard, but at the end, you know, she was terminal, and he was having to come to terms with the fact that, you know, she's dying. You know, she's in hospice. He was her caregiver. They had a young child. Dang. And he explained he had, you know, the dream I just had, like where in his dream it's like he found out again that she was dying, or like that she died
all over again
in his dream, but she was still alive when he had this dream.
Oh shit.
But she was on her last, like it was at the end, and he had that dream that she had died already, and he just woke up and he was just panicked by it. Like it's almost like he grieved her death before she even died. But he said it was like it was meant to be that way because she was there to comfort him through that grief. Because she said, "What's wrong?" And he explained to her, like, I know what I'm going to feel like when you die because I had a dream.
Oh, awful.
And I think he was so busy caring for her for so many years, and he was trying to be strong for his kid and parent, that he couldn't take time to really think about the fact that she was really dying. You know what I mean? So that was his first realization. But he says now, you know, she's passed a year ago now, and he came out and he did a podcast, and he said that he's so grateful that happened because he was able to process that she was dying and have all of that happen while she was still here to help him through the grief. So she helped him, like she told him he was going to be okay, he was going to be strong, and she comforted him. So had he not had that moment and that dream until after she died, he would have had to deal with that, like getting hit by a ton of bricks without her to comfort him. You know what I mean? He says it saved him, he thinks, from like a deep, dark depression.
Damn.
The way it went
brutal,
down.
Man. Young couple?
Oh, young. I think she's 20. She was 30 when she died or something like that.
Oh, my
goodness. She got diagnosed at 23, 21.
That's so sad. Mm-hmm. Listen, not to get off topic, but that's when you start questioning, is there really a God? Is there really religion? Like, why would you cut my life short? You know what I'm saying? When people say, blatantly throw those statements, God got me, like, wait a minute, God got you, but not the person that's young and has a whole life ahead of them.
I know.
I understand when you're older,
too.
You get cancer, you're older, 70, 80, you lived a long life, but 20s, like, man, that's sad.
I know. Well, it's like
kids.
Some people, those kind of things bring them closer to God, and some people makes them angry and pull away because they're like, wait a minute, like this is horrible to happen to this young girl, you know, everything going for her. But anyways, it was so sad. It got me down. Watching the damn podcast got me so down. Like I felt kind of down all weekend over it, but it is no secret to you guys by now how much I love my 1UP Nutrition supplements. They are a part of my daily routine, from the daily cleanse and the Gut Health Plus that help keep my digestion on point, to their protein powders that I incorporate into so many different recipes. The ISO protein is very easy to digest and only 110 calories per scoop. The whey protein is delicious. The flavors are so good and always have little extra crunchy cookie pieces in them that just take the flavor to the next level. Their powders, like the Pure Rebuild and the pre-workout, are a staple in my daily workout routine. Their flavors are amazing. I'm alcohol-free these days, but I swear when I drink some of these flavors from 1UP, I actually feel like I'm having a delicious mocktail. Their products are third-party tested, so you know what you're getting. They're made in the USA. If you use code Janine at checkout for a discount. That's JEANINE. Anyways, let's go on to debunking some myths so we can get our spirits up.
There you go.
So I actually got this company keeps reaching out to me. It's freaking so irritating.
I hate that.
Because I have already told them, listen, I do not believe in your pokey
snake
device.
Oil. Yeah.
The Lumi.
I've heard of the Lumi.
Where you breathe into it.
Oh, my goodness.
You breathe into it, and it tells you
metabolism.
It tells you whether you are currently burning carbs or are you burning fats. And based on what you're burning, according to the machine, you'll know what to eat. You'll know if you need to eat more carbs or more fats. It's the stupidest thing.
I hope you guys listen to this podcast, Lumi, because take that snake oil salesman bullshit somewhere else.
But listen, it is a device that's probably a multi-million-dollar company.
I know, because people buy into anything. They want to just believe.
They want to believe.
And they're so strong in their beliefs, like they won't take no for an answer. Like, no, it's got to be real. I believe in it.
I know. There's another one that's the hot thing right now. It's called Prolon, and it's like pretend fasting. So it's like it says it stimulates the processes in your body that happen while fasting, but you're not actually fasting. You're just eating very specific foods and supplements throughout your fast, and it's stimulating the metabolic process.
And people fall for this shit all day because people are looking for a quick fix, quick answer, quick something.
I think when it sounds cool.
Yeah, and they make it sound cool and catchy, and
yeah.
Here we go all over again with the fad diets, but this is something different.
Yeah, or like a metabolic reset. You don't need a metabolic reset.
No.
Okay? You don't need to reset. I mean, those words, and usually like words like jumpstart, rev up, very like key words stimulate like, oh, wow, this must work,
Yeah. My goodness. Don't fall for this stuff, you guys. This stuff's gimmicky and junk and doesn't work.
For the longest time, and I haven't seen it for a long time, it's probably just because it's off my algorithm, but there was the ketone company.
Oh.
And they would promote these fasts, and their salespeople, it was an MLM company, and their salespeople were extremely salesy, like so cringe salesy, promoting their like 3-day fast and how much weight they lost every time they did it. You had to buy the kit,
of course,
and you take like a supercharge pill, then a recharge pill. I'm getting it wrong, but it's like all of these different like little steps
that
and
you
then
buy
of course
from them.
You drink your ketones.
And it's supposed to do what? Trim me down, chop me up?
Yeah.
Lose body fat? Okay.
Of course. But I haven't seen, I know the company's still out there, but I personally haven't seen it in a while. I know a lot of the people that used to do it don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
But all of those companies have that same vibe to me.
Cringe. Very cringe, salesy.
Cultish.
Yeah. Yes.
They have like seminars where everyone is like, boss babes. They're all like boss babes.
And then they jump up, hallelujah. We're the next best thing since sliced bread.
No, but they are like, they are just so drinking the Kool-Aid, literally.
For sure. They want to believe so bad. Knowing damn deep down it's fake.
I think the higher-ups or the culture of these companies really programs their people into believing it. And they drink the Kool-Aid, literally.
Yeah.
But what they're finding out, what's happening with a lot of these companies in the MLM space, there's some big ones going through some crap right now.
Is there?
What's happening is it's being more obvious, or people are learning that the companies are making their money off of their salespeople, not off of the end user customer and their product sales.
Oh, because you got to buy the program to sell it.
Yes, because their people, they buy into it so much. They go to these seminars where they literally brainwash them at these seminars. They go to these seminars and then they buy their kits. They buy into it so much that they buy every product when it comes out, every new release, everything. So they're the ones who are actually giving all the revenue to the company. The end customer is not the one that's supplying the bulk of the revenue to these companies. In many of them, the way they're structured.
People better wake up. They're getting got.
Yeah, and there's a lot of programs out there now that are like that. Just be careful. When you get into these programs, to me, anytime there is like incentive for getting people under you, I mean, that's an MLM, multi-level marketing.
Or a Ponzi scheme.
That is like run for the hills. Because my problem is this. This is what my logical mind always thinks. If there's that much room to make money off of this product that they're selling, how quality is this product? If 10 people in line all the way to the top are making some money off the sale of one package of whatever ketones, how much value is this product? Is shit. It's probably pennies on the dollar to make this product.
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of meat on the bone in retail, in traditional retail.
No, there's not.
Direct to consumer, like traditional retail.
Nope.
There's not enough meat on the bone for multiple people in line to be making a commission off of the sale of one product. So where's the revenue coming from? You know what I mean?
Makes you wonder.
It does. But there's some big people in the game.
Let me ask you something. I remember when I first heard about it. I was in my 20s. I don't know exactly when, but somebody tried to get me to buy into a Ponzi scheme. Like, oh, just throw in $1,000 and you get somebody under you. You get them, and then you're higher up the ladder. I said, but what's the catch? What's the angle? I questioned it. I wasn't stupid to jump into it. Like, okay, so what's the purpose of this?
Yeah.
And they kept trying to sell it. But you're going to make money the more people you get underneath you. But what's the purpose? What are we selling?
Yeah.
You're talking to a guy who sold drugs on the street. What are we selling? What's the product?
Yeah.
Bullshit. I knew, this is snake world like a motherfucker.
I questioned it too because I thought, but wait a minute. At some point, it stops.
Yeah.
And when it stops, who loses? The person at the bottom.
Yes.
Loses.
Yep.
Of course. Like because we question things.
We
got asked to join something like that 2 years ago. But we question things. I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense.
Always.
Like, make it make sense.
Yes.
It has to make sense.
Yes.
The only difference between that and like MLMs is MLMs have they just put a product in.
Yep.
They insert product. It's like a same like structure, but they insert a product and then they get their salespeople to they'll sell their soul to the devil because they believe in this product so much. But because they get them to go to those seminars and they have all these speakers that they really just get them to buy into it.
And they upsell, like we went to an event, remember? Oh, by the way, we have this event. If you sign up now, we'll have this many slots open. Everybody ran to the table.
I can smell.
I don't know if I should say their name or not.
No, don't say it. Don't say it. But I can smell that kind of tactic a mile away, and I get so turned off by it because to me, it immediately devalues the information that they were seemingly giving me because that's why I came to the event.
Yes.
But it's like, no, they didn't sell a ticket and they're not making money off this event to give me their value. They just are feeding me through a funnel to get to the real money that they want to make off of me.
Yes.
But they program you first. I do not like that.
They get you all fired up. And again, hallelujah.
I do not like that. There's a lot of there's a lot of
There's some people probably listening to this like, shit, I fell for the dupe.
No, but there's probably a lot of people maybe who are taking offense to this because they're currently involved in that kind of stuff. Listen, what I find is that people, they crave community.
Facts.
They do crave community.
Yes, we do.
And
we're
so
tribal.
they end up getting involved in these kind of things because they enjoy the community aspect. And then they are also believing that, they could be a millionaire like this person and that person. But a lot of it is perception. And I'm noticing the reason why, we're talking about it in this topic today is because I'm noticing it in the weight loss space. There's a lot of MLMs in supplements, certain supplement. There's the new thing, cortisol coffee. That's an MLM.
I haven't even heard of that.
Yeah, they're saying it's like, oh, if you drink this cortisol coffee,
oh my goodness,
you'll fix your cortisol, whatever.
They prey on people who are mentally weak. That's what it really is.
Yeah.
You're preying on the weak. They know there's a bunch out there. They know there's suckers out there. I hate to call y'all some suckers, but some of you guys are suckers. And they know you're out there, and they say these stupid catch words, and then you fall right for the dupe.
Yeah, it sucks. I hate that because then it makes people who are actually selling something valid, like us, like a service. or products that we endorse, then it loses credibility. Influencers in general kind of lose credibility.
Yeah. Exactly. Because you get one snaky salesman in our industry. Even a bad coach could paint somebody a bad picture about how the industry really is. It's bad everything. Every industry has something bad or what do you call it? I forgot the name I'm looking for. Agent provocateur, like they're phony balonies. You know what I mean? Like they shouldn't even be in the space.
No,
and
I
give
know.
the rest of us a bad name.
And then they sell people on pipe dreams, right? Rapid weight loss. And, like I've seen, trainers sell programs to blast your back fat. That's a myth, right? You can't spot reduce body fat.
Or that one dude, shout out Goob, when he calls out all these women, look at my glutes. I did this to get them this big, and they're photoshopping the shit out of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's that too. Life is busy, and when I get busy and don't have time to meal prep, I reach into my freezer and grab a MegaFit Meals. MegaFit Meals are a macro-friendly meal prep, no subscription required, real quality ingredients. They switch up the menu. You guys, I love them. Their chicken tenders, the margarita pizza, the chicken quesadillas. I mean, this food sounds indulgent, but guess what? It fits right into your macros. Head over to their website and don't you forget to use code JEANINE. That's code Janine for a discount. Okay, so some of the other myths. So obviously we just talked about spot reduction. More sweat means a better workout. That's not true.
I used to think that.
Sweating is not burning fat. That is not true. It doesn't mean it's a better workout. Some people don't sweat as much as others.
You're right. I didn't sweat that much today, and I got a good ass workout.
Mm-hmm. So that a lot of times people think that sweat equals fat loss, and so they will do crazy things to sweat more. They'll put on the outfits,
the sauna suits,
and all of that. I mean, you're just getting yourself severely dehydrated. That's going to cause other issues.
Sucking out your electrolytes and cramping. Yeah. And it's dangerous.
Another one that I love, I hear this a lot. Lifting weights will make women bulky.
Oh, babe, I've been a trainer a long time in the space. I've heard that since the fucking 80s and 90s. That's why in the 80s, you probably don't remember because I'm pretty sure you weren't in the gym. I'm sorry, early 90s I was in the gym, and aerobic classes were popular AF. You don't really see them too much. You see some now, Zumba. That's the new form of aerobics. That's the new, everything transitions.
Yes.
So women never lifted weights. There was not one woman on the floor ever back then. Not one, unless she was a bodybuilder.
Right.
And jacked on juice. That's the only time you ever saw a woman. Other than that, cardio machines or aerobic classes. That's it. That's all you ever saw them. And yoga, maybe.
Yeah, and the truth is, you're not going to get bulky.
No.
Even if you're eating a lot of protein, you're lifting weights. You're not going to get bulky because you're not a man. You don't have the testosterone levels of a man. That's what contributes to bigger muscle is more testosterone. That's why men can get bigger muscles is because they have a lot of testosterone. So women, those bodybuilder women, they're taking testosterone.
Jacked.
They have got testosterone levels of a male, and that's why they're getting bulky.
But I will say this. Yes, you will get bulky, ladies. Control what you put in your mouth, or else you're going to get bulky.
But bulky in the form, you got to clarify.
In the form of muscle. I know what they're trying to think.
No, body fat. Bulky in the form of body fat.
Yeah. But a lot of them, when I was a trainer, they don't want to get too bulky, too muscular. That's what they would say to me. That's what they would say. I don't want to get too bulky.
Somebody feels bulky or they feel like they're getting bulky. It is not because their muscles are growing so rapidly that they are feeling bulky.
No.
It is a perception they feel because they feel larger. Maybe they feel their muscle there, but the bulkiness is coming from body fat.
Bingo.
Because it is not that easy to put on muscle. That is a perception or a feeling that you have, like, oh, I put on muscle very quickly. Like, that's probably not true.
Especially not in a woman. Men have a hard time putting on real muscle. Men have a hard time. Women even harder.
Yeah. I mean, they have to do all the things in order to...
Your testosterone levels are nowhere near ours.
All right. So eating after 7 will make you fat.
I already know where that came from, but yes, I've heard that too.
What do you have to say about it?
The lie detector detected fake news.
How do you explain? What would you say to explain to someone who says, Mr. Coach Mike, if I eat after 7, am I going to gain weight? What would you tell them?
No. I'll say if your caloric intake is 1,500 calories and you saved all those calories for your one meal of the day and you ate all at once, it's still 1,500 calories. You still reached your goal. That's it.
So if you surpass that,
you surpass that, then you're in surplus. But if you're at or below it, deficit, no, you're just fine. Yeah. That's a myth. Your body doesn't know any better. It just knows energy in, energy out.
Yeah, I think, you know who perpetuated that years ago? I think it was Oprah.
It was Oprah, 100%. She said it on her show. You got to understand something about people like Oprah and others who have no business talking fitness or health or nothing. When they say these things verbatim on their show, you got to understand their audience, who's her demographic. They take it and run with it. Then the whole I heard, or I heard Oprah said this, and they run with it because they hear it. And then they spread it all over the place. So it gets spread over 100 times. And people believe things that they hear 100 times over without them doing their research. Like, wait a minute. Me and you question everything.
I would be like, well, make that make sense. How does that make sense? I don't get it.
I almost believed it. I stopped eating at one point after 7.
But it can help because this is how, perception. So if someone says, but how is that true? Because once I stopped eating past 7, I started to lose weight. Well, because obviously if you stop eating earlier, less hours in the day that you are eating. So if you're not a macro tracker and you squeeze your eating window down and you're eating over the course of less hours, you're naturally most likely going to consume less calories. So the perception is that, oh, I stopped eating after 7, when the reality is you just ate less calories because now you stop eating earlier in the day. You know, because obviously the calories we eat at the end of the day, those are what's going to set us over, right?
Yes.
You might be perfect at dinner, but if you lose your shit at 7 o'clock and decide you're going to like, well, I'm just going to go in, you went in and you went over on your calories for the day because you were already done eating. But it's nothing to do with the time. No.
So true.
But that's a common thing.
It is. I've heard it too. Trust me, I remember. Everybody ran with that one.
But I've told my clients, I've actually told my clients this sometimes, because sometimes they'll be like, I'm kind of extra hungry today. I'm like, well, yeah, you know, you're in a calorie deficit, you're losing body fat, so it's normal to feel hungry. Just go to bed early.
Go to bed. How about this other one I heard recently? You might have heard this. Well, I don't know what else you got, but there's one. BioLane debunked it with the don't eat carbohydrates at night because it stops from your growth hormone from producing or something.
What did he say about it? That's false?
False.
Yeah.
I forgot. He clowning. Like, again, he likes to debunk things too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, like, bro, it was like a, I don't know if he's a bodybuilder, but I don't know if he's an influencer. He was a jacked dude. And I was like, bro, you should stop spewing fucking information. Probably have no background, no nothing. Just because you lift weights and you got yourself jacked and probably did a bunch of testosterone and you know your macros, don't go spreading fake news, man.
Gotta be careful because people will, like, latch on to things.
They do.
They will latch on.
Time.
Every time I see some like stupid
on social media,
some stupid article come out, like that's broadcast like on Yahoo Health or something like that, I go, oh, great, because I know I'm gonna have to answer. You know, my clients will ask me about it or whatever. I'm like, like, you know, no. I don't believe it. When's the last time you switched your budget around? If you're spending cash on eating out and buying clothes, but you don't want to spend a bit on your health, what are you even doing? Every day, from the moment you wake up until you go to bed, you have a series of choices that will make or break you. The things you eat, your physical activity or lack thereof, your sleep, it all adds up. Personally, I care about what I put in my body, and I've found that it's hard to put a price on feeling like you're ready to take on the world every day. That's why I leverage the power of hormone optimization and fully customized peptide protocols from Transcend. If you're ready to take your health to the next level, head over to the link transcendcompany.com/ESCOElite and fill out an intake form today.
But like, you should see who wrote the article, and that should tell you the answer right there.
This is another good one. Eating more frequent small meals throughout the day boosts metabolism.
False.
That is false.
That's already been debunked. It's actually worse. Because you're never satisfied.
Yeah.
You eat 3, like for me, okay, I got 2,400 calories. So that means I could break it up into 8 little meals. You think I'm going to be satisfied after 300 calories?
No.
Versus I break it up to 2 big, large meals and then have a big, large snack.
Not only that, you'll just be constantly thinking about food.
Always.
And listen, every time you eat, even if it's a well-balanced meal, you're going to have some sort of a blood sugar release and insulin release. So even if it's not like a spike because, you know, it might be proper, well-balanced meal, you're still going to have a response blood sugar-wise.
Yes.
And so you're going to be just dealing with that all day long rather than, you know, you're kind of leveled out. You eat one big meal, you have your little spike and drop, and then you're good.
Yeah.
But if that happens 6 times throughout the day, you're going to be thinking about food all day. You're going to be hungry all day. You're never going to be satisfied. But But and it doesn't speed up your metabolism. That is just false.
Yeah. And again, that's another one I fell for back in the day. Why? Why did I fall for that? Because the bodybuilders, they eat 5-6 times a day and move for the show, and that was the big myth in the community. So everybody ran with it because they said it. And a lot of times, I was telling somebody this. I forgot who I was talking to. So be careful, the information, even online, what you listen to on these bodybuilders. They have coaches and they're not versed themselves. They don't have a background in nutrition. A lot of times they're going with the old school fucking science, bro science, that it's bullshit. That's been debunked.
My biggest thing is like people want to fixate on all these stupid little rules.
Yes.
But they have not mastered the basics that are not as complicated. It's actually much more simple. If you can't even master the simpleness of eating a certain amount of calories, hitting a protein goal, drinking water, sleeping, walking, exercising, why are you trying to worry about whether, what time you should eat this and when you should eat carbs and if cycling this and, 6 small meals? You're worrying about so many different things. It's like, why don't you just like do the basic necessities for living a healthy lifestyle, see how that works for you, and then see what you can like optimize from there if that's possible.
Yeah, so true, because again, they used to have the whole time meals too. Like, no, you don't have to.
I did that. I had to do six meals. I had to eat 6 meals a day when I was with my fitness comp.
Oh my goodness.
They've debunked that whole way that I prepped has been fully debunked.
I bet.
Paul Revelia, you know him. You watch his YouTube sometimes.
Yeah.
He's a really good coach in the competitor space.
Yep.
He said if your coach still currently for a fitness competition is giving you asparagus, tilapia, chicken, broccoli meal plans, restricting all seasonings and sodium, and only letting you sip water on show day, run for the hills, because all of that has been debunked. That is
good.
That is something they once did, which is what I did. They once believed, and now people who are competing these days, they're using seasonings. They're drinking water on show day. They're not. That's the worst thing.
You're feeling good, vibrant. You're not dehydrated.
The worst part, and nobody prepared me for that. I thought the worst part was going to be just being hungry. But the worst part of competing was having to not drink water for like 36 hours.
Everybody's breath stunk and
I got
body
about
odor.
this much water that I was able to just wet my whistle.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy about like even like bodybuilding? They don't ban no fucking no testosterone, no human growth hormone.
No.
None of that shit that's dangerous for you that they abuse. But the one thing that they do ban and they test for is diuretics.
Because it was killing people.
Well, because we knew one in the industry, Mike Matarazzo. They were at the meeting. I can't remember where the show was. It was in Olympia. I think it was Vegas. I don't know. It was way years ago. I'm not sure where it was at. But I had a friend who was competing on that show. He said, fuck is Mike at? Mike's not here at the meeting. They went and checked on him in his room. He was seized up.
Did he die?
No, he lived.
Oh.
He seized up. No sodium, no nothing. His body locked up on him. Couldn't move. He was close. He lived. But yeah, they a lot of people don't know, but diuretics are banned in competing to this day.
In fitness competition?
IFBB.
Only in the pro. Yeah, probably in the pro level.
I don't know in the fitness, but yeah, on the pro level.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
Interesting.
Because those guys are already shredded down. They have hardly any body fat on them.
Yeah, that's got to be. I mean, it's just dangerous. But again, that's just crazy. But they don't have to do that anymore. And they look plenty shredded on the stage, but they're not doing these crazy tactics anymore. Some of the other ones, detox diets cleanse your body.
Oh, my goodness.
Like, you do not need to detox your body. That's what your liver and your kidneys are for. And if your liver and your kidneys are not doing what they should be doing, that's a bigger problem than your body weight or whatever. Like, you do not need to detox. We have detox organs for a reason. That's what they do.
That's what the livers are for.
But you should make sure that they are healthy, that those organs, keep those organs healthy. Because let me tell you, when they fail, because that's when my mom died, right? Her liver failed first, then the kidneys. It's like you have like these 5 major systems that fail when you're dying, as you're dying. And it is crazy, like, to think, like, what happens. And ultimately, that's what she died from, right? Her liver failed, and then her kidneys failed. That's not, it started with fatty liver. She had fatty liver 25 years ago and did nothing about it. She was told she had fatty liver and did nothing about it.
It's pretty amazing that she lasted that long.
I know.
Your mom's a strong, just fatty, that long with fatty liver, didn't get to cirrhosis?
And it did get to cirrhosis. It was cirrhotic when we went to the hospital.
I know that eventually.
Yeah.
But that long, it took that long.
Yeah, she drank alcohol.
That's 25 fucking years.
I know.
Most people have fatty liver and they keep going. Like, say they just keep drinking and abuse their body. They're gone within 5 years.
But she didn't like heavy drink, right? She only drank at the end, and that was because she was using it as like pain med. Yeah. But imagine if she was like, like a regular social drinker, drank every weekend or something. It would have happened sooner.
So all that fluid you showed me pictures of, where'd that come from? Her liver or where?
Yeah, her liver. So it was
I've
a bile.
never seen that. That was insane when you sent me that. And how much came out of her? Like, whoa.
Yeah, so the liver was failing, and so the bile was building up in her abdomen. Dude. They took out 5 2-liter bottles of bile.
I saw that
from her abdomen.
I couldn't believe. I've never seen that in my life. Mm-hmm. Can't believe she had that in her body. She was still alive.
It was.
That woman was tough. This goes how tough she's built.
It was tough. Have that. It goes to show you, like, take care of like your organs. So like your heart, your lungs, your liver, your kidney. What's the other system? What's the other like main? They told me, I remember they were telling me like there's 5. Do you know what the last organ to go is? The last one, like when your body is shutting down? It's the lungs.
The lungs.
The lungs.
Shit, forgot about. Why did I fucking brain fart?
It's the lungs. That's what they told me in hospice.
Damn. That's where you see them take that last breath.
They'll take the last breath. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, you got to take care of those organs. You don't need the juice cleanses to detox. Your body is detoxing just fine. However, I will say, if your digestion is not on point, like a cleanse to get that going and moving is important.
Yeah, people don't put enough emphasis and importance of going to the bathroom. Number 2, you got to get rid of those toxins out of your body. Those are toxins too that are sitting in there. They got to go.
Yeah, I actually feel that there have been times, sorry, this is going to be TMI, but when I haven't gone in a few days, like I'm on vacation, let's just say.
Yes.
That I I get body chills. I actually feel feverish. When I'm constipated.
I believe it.
Like I wonder if there's a correlation. Like I start to feel like I'm actually ill.
I believe it, because you have to understand something. Your body needs to let that go. Can't hold that in there. It's not good. I think I had an aunt. One of my aunts had to get surgery to get her shit was so backed up. Oh yeah,
it's called a compacted bowel.
Yeah,
it can happen.
It got stuck.
That's what's happening to a lot of people with Ozempic.
Oh,
because it does slow down the gastric emptying, which is good because it keeps you full longer, right? When your stomach stays full, but it's slowing it down to the point where it's not moving at all.
That ain't good.
And you can't have that system shut down. That system is imperative, because if a compacted bowel, if things get stuck in there and it just keeps loading up, right?
That's like a trash compactor.
Yeah.
That machine will keep pushing it down.
It will.
But it's going to keep growing and growing and growing and get backed up. Eventually that machine's going to break. Ain't going to work no more.
Yeah. So you have to, but you have plenty of warning. You know if you're going.
Of course.
You got to stay on top of that. You can't ignore that. Like I know right away if I don't feel good.
Yeah.
Right away. I need to keep it like super, super regular. This one, everyone should know this by now, but it used to be people thought that fit people were people that just went to the gym all the time. If you exercise every day, you were going to be fit. It didn't matter what you ate.
Wrong. Mm-hmm. We're not exempt from that. I
used to feel that way. I used to remember I wanted to work out. I wanted to get like exercise videos because I thought I would be fit if I did exercise videos. But it has nothing to do. I mean, it does have something to do with exercise, obviously, but mostly it is food.
Food. You cannot outwork a diet. I tried that. It did not work.
Yeah, you did try that.
I did try it, and I argued with you for it, like a dummy. It was just really just me you calling my ass out, and me not wanting accountability, but that's the truth. You call my ass out.
All right, the next one is you must avoid sugar to lose weight.
I've heard that a million times.
It is false. The reason why sugar gets vilified so much is because people usually overconsume it.
They abuse it.
Because it's delicious. We want more.
I just talked to a friend of mine. He said, studies are coming out that sugar is causing Alzheimer's. I go, if they're abusing it, it's a possibility. I don't know.
I don't know. Did he read the studies?
I haven't looked at this. I haven't read it.
Did he? When he told you? Probably not.
Probably not. Maybe he heard it.
Yeah, I'm sure he heard it. And also,
they're linking it.
Yeah, but a lot of times you have to really read those studies because, like Bowel always says, correlation does not equal causation.
Yes.
Because a lot of times those studies, if they're not controlled, it's like, yes, someone who eats a lot of sugar, right? The person, the typical person that eats a lot of sugar, they have a lot of poor lifestyle habits.
Yes.
They are drinking the Slurpees and, not exercising. It's correlation, right? So those studies, you always have to check to see if they were randomized controlled studies that factor in those things.
RCTs, randomized controlled trials. Yeah, you're right. 100%.
Because otherwise, it's usually like, it's easy to say, to look for similarities and go, oh, it must be the sugar because all of these people eat a lot of sugar. Well, they also engage in lots of other things that could be contributing to their mental or physical decline.
And a lot of times this shit is clickbaity. A lot of articles.
I know, but what cracks me up is the person that told you that. Like, I would never repeat that to someone unless I had did my diligence and at least read up on it a little bit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like the person that pointed out to us about smoking the other episode. She pointed out like, hey, it does impact your metabolism when you start smoking. It increases it. I didn't just repeat it to the world to say, hey, you guys, it does increase your metabolism. I looked into it first. I read through the studies, I'm like, actually, it does. It actually does impact your metabolism before I would, spread it.
Yeah. We're all guilty.
Eating eggs increases your cholesterol.
Oh, I've heard that a gazillion times.
Dietary cholesterol doesn't necessarily impact, the cholesterol that we're referring to in our arteries. Some people are more prone to store cholesterol than others. Some people can eat a dozen eggs a day and they're not going to have cholesterol clogged arteries.
That's me. I could do it. I eat a lot of eggs. Can you see my blood work?
And your cholesterol was excellent.
How good is it? I eat at least 4 to 5 whole eggs every day.
Your LDL was lower than mine, and I don't touch eggs.
And I know you don't.
I don't really eat a lot of eggs.
Or red meat. You don't eat a lot of red meat like I do.
Only recently I started eating more red meat because we started doing the burgers. It'll be interesting to see when I do my blood work again how my cholesterol is. My cholesterol was good. It was good before, but yours was better than mine.
And I'm a guy that suffers from high blood pressure.
I know.
Go figure.
Because the cause of your high blood pressure is not dietary.
Nope.
It's a hereditary.
Facts. There you go. So see, it's hereditary, you guys, not dietary. So let's get it right.
But a lot of people have.
But a lot of people do have that.
Dietary or
yes,
it's influenced by their food choices.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, but because you have that, you have to be careful. You do have to be careful with certain,
of course,
food choices, but things that are going to elevate your blood pressure.
Yeah, I eat lean meats.
Yeah, so I don't know because we eat the super lean. Those meats are just as lean as chicken.
Yeah, same calories, same thing as your ground turkey. 93.7. I did it. Like I could eat either or. I prefer the red meat though.
Yeah, but dietary cholesterol doesn't necessarily lead to high cholesterol in everybody. Again, everybody is different.
Everybody's different, true. You might be more prone to it or might be more hereditary that you carry more cholesterol. I have a client, he's got to watch it. We've told him, like, yo, unfortunately, you have to watch it.
In which case, you have to watch your saturated fats, specifically. Yes. Saturated fats is important if you are... suffer from high cholesterol.
Yep.
Just other things like, carbs are the enemy. Like, oh, when I cut my carbs, I lose weight. So people correlate that to the fact that carbs are the cause of their weight gain.
Heard that too.
But it's easy to perceive that with carbs because for one, carbs makes you hold water, number one. So the scale has a lot more movement when your carb intake fluctuates.
For sure.
Number 2, carbs are not very satiating. So they're very easy to overconsume.
Easy.
So that's another reason why people might correlate that. Because if you drop your carbs, you're going to maybe increase fats and protein instead of the carbs, right? So those things are going to keep you fuller. So you're going to end up consuming less calories. But at the end of the day, it is still the calorie intake that's impacting your weight. It's not carbs. So if you're a macro tracker, you can absolutely incorporate carbs because you're not going to overconsume because you're tracking your macros. So it'll put a lid on it. You're not just going to go on based off of the hunger cues caused by the carbs.
Yep. I heard that one too. I don't want to say who, but my friend of mine's wife said, "Oh, if you just less carbs, she tends to lose weight." I'm like, well, she's probably bumping up her fats and proteins and staying full longer, bro. Still a numbers game, homie.
I mean, it is.
There's a million ways to slice a cat or whatever.
Slice a cat?
Skin a cat, I'm sorry. A million ways to skin a cat.
We're going to get the cat lovers coming up. Peter's going to come after us.
It's just a saying, but no. I just said, like, listen, she's just eating probably more protein and fats and less carbs. Of course, her weight's
because you can. So, like, if you decide to completely eliminate an entire food group, and it's a food group that you used to eat a lot of, just by eliminating it, it's going to bring your calorie intake down.
Yeah.
So that, again, it creates perceptions. But at the end of the day, if you enjoy carbs, you can absolutely incorporate good amount of carbs into your diet.
Yes, you can.
And still reach your weight loss goal. I eat a lot of carbs. About 40% of my calorie intake on average comes from carbohydrates. About 30 to 35% comes from protein, and the remainder comes from fats. That's a balanced diet. And I try to make sure I get a little bit of everything in each meal.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, how I go. I'd rather do that than eliminate something because it's just going to make me want it more.
Exactly.
Whenever you can't have something, it just makes you want it a lot more. You can eliminate it for a while, but what's going to happen at some point?
They won't break.
The screws are going to come off.
Everybody breaks. Even the most disciplined people break. We've seen it time and time again.
Yeah. All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.